Hello my friends all over the world, wherever you are. William Poloniak here again from Whole Health Foundation. And in this video I'm going to be making mostly pumpkin juice. Every year about this time I have pumpkins sprouting up in my garden, mostly from seeds that we bury in our compost pit. And I'm going to mix this with some greens, probably dandelion greens and kale greens and carrots as well. And we'll make some juice. So let's go and make some juice now. Mostly pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to show you my ingredients. I've cut the pumpkin into manageable pieces so it'll go into the feed tube. I've got a little bit of dandelion greens here. I have some turmeric, some ginger, and I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. So let's make some juice starting with the pumpkin. Now to begin, I'm only going to push the pusher down part way because I don't want any blowback. Now one thing I'm going to do is plug my thermometer in and from time to time put in 3 ice cubes. And this is going to cool down my cutter and my feed tube so that my nutrients don't get lost from heat. Keep the temperature low so you don't lose your nutrients from heat. My pumpkin, mostly pumpkin. Okay, I've got mostly pumpkin, skins, seeds and all. A couple more ice cubes. And next I'm going to do the dandelion greens that came from my garden. And after that, carrots. So we'll start with the greens. I've already put turmeric and ginger through and garlic. Okay, I've done all of my greens and next I'm going to do carrots. And when you have small carrots you can put 2 or 3 at a time, but just reverse them end to end. A little more ginger. Yeah, I've done the last of my carrots, and there's always a plug of produce here, so what I'm going to do is put some pulp in the feed tube, push it through, and do it more than once. And the next step is to mix the produce, so I'm going to clean the feed tube out, wash it, put it back on, then mix the produce. Okay, I'm done cleaning my feed tube. The grid holder goes back in. The cutter goes on top with the hole facing down so it can drain. And the next step will be to mix my produce, and I'm going to spin the bowl in both directions to get a really good mix. And this is mostly pumpkin, dandelion greens, some turmeric, some ginger, some garlic, and about 20% carrots. Okay, I've taken 6 cloves out of the freezer, and I'm just breaking the ice off to make them easier to separate. And then what I'm going to do next is my 6-cloth less work method. So what I'm going to do is put 2 or 3 heaping spoons in each cloth, about a cup's worth of produce. Flatten that down, flatten this little crease at the back. Now watch carefully how I pull this under with my fingers. Come in close. And then I'm going to fold that and set it aside. 2 huge heaping spoons, or 3 maybe. Here we got 2 this time. Now here's my 6-cloth method. These go forward, this goes over. The spent cloth goes on top. The new cloths go in, centered left to right and front to back. That's very important. Back it off a little bit. And my less work 6-cloth method. In the beginning, you put 2 scoops of pulp on top of the old pulp. Later, it'll be just 1 scoop because this patty's getting thicker and thicker. So flatten that, set it aside. Do the same thing again, my less work 6-cloth method. 2 scoops of pulp, mostly pumpkin, on top of the old pulp. Fold it in thirds, advance it a little bit more. Okay, I'm continuing with my less work 6-cloth method, and I notice there's a lot of juice in my tray and in my bowl, so what I'm going to do is a variation of the less work 6-cloth method, and I'm going to put my spent pulp back in the bowl and mix it to absorb some of that watery pulp in there, and we'll continue as before. 2 scoops all the way, pull this forward, that goes over. Again, you can see how wide the patties are, and that's much too big, and that's why we're putting the pulp back in. And then we're going to remix it. Almost down to the last of our pulp. So we'll advance that all the way. Pull this forward, put that over there. Now because we're going to reuse that pulp this time, no need to wait for every last thimbleful. This will go on top. This repackaged pulp goes back in the juicer, all the way back it off a little bit. And let's pour this juice into the tray as carefully as we can, and continue. This time we have more manageable patties, so we'll put some pulp back on top here, maybe 1.5 spoonfuls. Okay, all the way back and back it off now. While the last 2 cloths full of pulp are pressing, what I'm going to do with this spent pulp is form it into a ball, a narrow, thick ball. See that? And then I'm going to press it again and see how much extra juice can we get using a Whole Health Foundation premium juicer. Now, on this folding technique, what I'm going to do is tuck the cloth under like so to minimize any slippage. So what we're going to do then is continue all the way forward, and we'll press this into a tight ball. I'm folding the last of the 6 cloths into a tight package, and I'm going to press it and use a measuring beaker to see how much extra juice can we actually get from spent pulp using the Whole Health Foundation Premium Juicer. There's the last cloth we're going to press into a ball. Alright, I'm going to use a measuring beaker to measure how much extra juice we can actually get using the Whole Health Foundation Premium Juicer that enables us to leave the press up for a minute or longer because of the bottom base plate being solid, which incidentally has a lifetime warranty. So we'll center the cloth front to back and left to right, all the way back and back it off. And let's see how much extra juice we can get from spent pulp. The juice has already been pressed out, as you would do on a Norwalk juicer. The juice flowing, I'm going to back it off a little bit because I don't want it to go up too fast. Alright, we've pressed 4 of the 6 repackaged cloths, and we've got 9 ounces of juice. We could press it longer, but I'm not going to. Put the last of the 6 repackaged cloths in here. Before I do that though, I'm going to pour these 9 ounces into the bowl all the way back, and as soon as we get juice full, I'm going to back it off a little bit because I don't want this to go up too fast. If it goes up too fast, the cloths will slip apart. So we've got an extra 9 ounces plus another 4 so far. I'm going to put another of those already pressed spent cloths in there to see if we can crank out any more juice. Oh, that's amazing. So far, another 6 3/4 ounces. Notice how long you can leave the press up on a Whole Health Foundation juicer. Let's see if we get another cloth in there. tight squeeze, but I think we can do it. All the way back. I'm backing off just a tiny bit. I want this to go up slowly. Absolutely amazing. It looks like another 9+ ounces of juice. Well, I'm not going to do this as much as I could. You have the idea. And there we have an additional 18, probably 20 ounces of juice using the Whole Health Foundation Premium Juicer. And I'm going to take this and fill the rest of my bottles that you can see lined up here. All right, from that batch of juice, mostly pumpkin, I got 5, 10, 15, 19 bottles of juice, 16-ounce bottles, and enough for a taste test. Delicious. Tastes just like pumpkin with some ginger, some turmeric, and some garlic. I hope you like what you've seen, and if you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to contact me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfund.com. See you in the next video.